I don't know. Yeah, he's I don't know where he is. All right. Hey, what's you?
Hello.
How you doing?
I wanted to open up with something more bombastic and loud because this is Dawn of War. We are playing as the Emperor's most divine and holy angels of death, the Adeptus Astartes. And so I wanted to be more bombastic because, yeah, this is the time for it.
Holy crap! Huh?
Come, show me what passes for fury amongst your misbegotten kind.
Well, we know what gets Wasia excited.
Yes, a bunch of roided up, 8-foot-tall superhuman soldiers wearing literal tank armor, firing basically 90 or 70 millimeter rounds of depleted uranium with explosive warheads.
Welcome to the Dawn of War tutorial. By
Oh, wait a
listening to me
second.
and reading the text that appears in this message box, you will learn how to play a skirmish game. The mouse is your primary method of surveying the battle, selecting units and structures, and issuing orders. The mouse controls the camera.
So have you not played this before?
No, it's just that
handle
structure, it
simply
looks
move the mouse
like
to the
a
edge of the screen.
factory
Now,
from Empire at War? Like one of those Imperial factories that you can build in Empire at War. I think it's either the light vehicle factory or the heavy vehicle factory. Actually, this whole formatting looks a lot like Empire at War. Holy crap.
press the Alt key and move your mouse. Do this now.
Probably should have skipped the tutorial. I'm intimately familiar with this sort of thing.
Yep.
To rotate the camera to gain a different view of the battle, press the Alt key and move your mouse. Do this now. You can zoom in on something to see it up close by spinning the mouse wheel forward. Do this now. To return the camera to the game's default view, press the backspace key on your keyboard. Do this now. Excellent. You've returned the camera to its default playing view. By panning, rotating, and zooming the camera in and out, you can get whatever view of the battlefield you wish. To quickly return the camera to your base from anywhere on the battlefield, press the Home key on your keyboard. Do this now. Excellent. You've returned the camera to your base. The diamond-shaped display in the lower left-hand corner of your screen is your minimap. You can use the minimap to see where your units and structures are located, to quickly scan the battlefield, to issue quick orders, and so on. The minimap displays the locations of all strategic points on the battlefield, as well as other items of strategic importance. Fog of War prevents you from seeing things where you do not have a presence. As you move units into an area, the Fog of War will be lifted. Now we will bring up the objective menu. The objective menu provides you with a list of all the primary...
So, you've already heard all this, right?
Scouts reporting for scouts here. Scouts awaiting orders.
Excellent. Anytime
This kind of RTS.
awaiting orders menu, click on the old
Scouts ready.
button on the
Gathering
upper
intelligence.
menu bar.
Scouts reporting for infiltration. Scouts awaiting orders.
Simply
Getting
click
into
on it
position.
with the left mouse button. Go to your base and select the stronghold. Congratulations.
Well, you could always let Wasia tell you what to do.
My lord.
That should be humorous.
Scouts awaiting orders.
Well, here's the thing, Trip. I tried looking at Dawn of War 2 once, and then I saw the price tag, and I thought, oh, fuck that. I mean, I've already sunk a shit ton of money into 40k as it is. I do not need to sink money into this.
Away from the strategic point until the progress
Oh, so in other words, you've not played
will not take
this.
control of the strategic
No,
point.
but this game looks so much like so many other
Concentrated
games I've
energy
played, so
just under the planet's
Scouts
surface.
in
maybe
position.
just one game, but still.
There are dots on the map that represent slag deposits. Build a thermoplasma generator
At
on a
your
slag
command.
deposit to access large amounts of the power resource.
Now, you see, the reason why I asked that done was so that way I can gauge whether or not I am allowed to speak up.
I honestly don't
Scouts
mind.
awaiting orders.
Awesome.
Oh, he's very. Are you talking about so that we don't distract him from the tutorial?
Scouts awaiting
Yes, of course.
Oh, he's very, very,
Scouts advance.
very good at ignoring what the hell he doesn't want to pay attention
Scouts
to.
awaiting orders.
Fair enough.
Scouts awaiting orders.
You know, I actually wanted to tell you guys something. I completely
Okay.
forgot what it was.
Oh, good lord.
I do have to say though, like I'm totally fine.
Okay, because I wanted to share a funny little fact I just remembered.
Go for it.
Defending objective.
Well, I'm trying to remember it. Done.
Strategic points to get more requisition resource,
Area
which allows you to
secured.
build more units and structures.
Yes, most
Servitors
Scouts
are
awaiting
required to build
orders.
additional
On
structures.
patrol.
Servitors are always available from the stronghold. Select the servitor and build a listening post on the captured strategic point.
With all due haste.
God damn, friggin' servitors. Dunn, are you aware of the lore behind servitors and what the hell they are?
I am not. Go for it.
Servitors, or
Scouts advance.
they're lobotomized humans.
Increasing the requisition rate at the same time.
Like, basically what happens is that if you're a criminal, or if you are vat grown by the Adeptus Mechanicus for some ungodly reason, basically what they do is that they take you, they rip your body apart, replace it in augmented with a bunch of robotic bits, and they also lobotomize your brain, so that way the only thing you are capable of is whatever the hell the tech priest plugged into your brain at that particular moment. Sometimes the procedure is a bit faulty, and the unlucky sod retains some memories of his past life, or her past life. The Imperium does not discriminate.
Some structures, vehicles, and
So yeah, basically they spend the rest of their existence as a robotic slave,
generator will
with,
supply you with the power
in some cases, some memory of who they used to be.
Ready.
and build a
Scouts
plasma
ready.
generator.
Real I have no mouth and I must scream vibes.
The faster you will build up the power.
That kind of makes me think of, oh, what the hell? Doctor Who. And the,
Okay. I am liking this from what I see so far. I do love me a good RTS game.
I think the best one was the second game,
Plasma generators
but the third one is universally despised.
Note that there is a limit to how many plasma generators can be built per stronghold. Notice the white ring that appears around some of your structures when you are deciding where to build. This is the control zone. Most structures can only be constructed within the control zone, while others, like listening posts, can be built at other locations. When you are trying to place a new structure, its color changes from red to green as you move it around. A green color indicates
what the hell are
Wait
they
a second.
called? Now that's driving me crazy.
What's called?
From Doctor Who.
Eric's
The Darlax?
Yeah,
No.
Hello.
The chapter
How's it going?
where
Fine.
you can get more advanced Space Marine.
Let's see.
What the hell are they called? No, not the Daleks. Oh my god, they're in
Weeping
everything.
Angels.
No, they're silver robots.
The Cybermen?
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
oh,
god, that was driving me crazy. Just shoot me in the head.
Yeah.
Holy crap. No, what you
Yeah,
were saying, yeah, the Cybermen, because they take humans and make them into Cybermen. And there's a few episodes in which the humans remember.
Elite warriors
Yeah.
will
Yeah,
form the
well,
core
that's...
of the force.
Yeah, seems to be around about the same type of horror that's going on with these guys.
I await your instructions.
Yeah.
So what are you doing here? Building something that's going to make things explode?
No, he's just building a station to bring in more Space Marines.
Yep. Let's see over here. Okay. That shit's gonna bother me all freaking night because I remembered something I wanted to share, and I can't remember it.
What were you thinking about when you remembered something?
Move ahead and mark any enemy
I
positions.
think it was something about an Alpha Legion, but I know it definitely was not about them.
Name of the Emperor.
Maybe it's something about the game, about the factions you play. I don't really know.
Here to serve.
Scouts in position.
Here to serve. I await
So
your
is this kind of like an Age of Empires type of game then? Where
Yes.
you go around and you build
Yes.
things and you... Okay.
Yep,
Okay.
it's in that same type of strategy game.
Yeah.
They can also capture strategic
Hey, let's see if
That's pretty cool. Wait a second, there's only 4 of them?
maximum combat.
Praise the
Select
Emperor.
the Space
Why is there only 4 of them in a squad?
you can add more. You add more manually by clicking on the squad,
The Codex Astartes does not approve of this action.
and then so you click on the squad. So in the panel in between the squad description and the additional orders, there's like a plus. You can add a regular. You can add more dudes. You can add a sergeant, and then you can add special weapons after an upgrade.
Wait, you have to add the sergeant into the squad?
Yeah.
The fuck? Okay. Well, guess the freaking Blood Ravens are one hell of a Codex Divergent chapter. Then it's like their squads doesn't even come with the sergeant. You have to.
No, it's part of
requisition the
it's just a part of the gameplay.
Commencing infiltration.
I await
It's
your-
one of those things where they make
Yes,
it's a gameplay thing.
As you
I hate
wish.
that. I hate this so much.
Yes, my lord. Take and hold.
What would you have me do? Gathering intelligence.
I'll be back.
Scouts awaiting orders.
I await your instructions. With all due haste. Here to serve. Build routine 721 initiated.
So how's everyone's weeks?
So far going okay.
I don't even know how to answer that question.
Securing objective.
Initializing build protocol.
Yes, my lord. Weapons at ready. It is time.
What would you have me do?
You could do
Holy
just a
crap!
regular-
I just remembered. Yo, done.
Yes.
Want to hear something funny about the Dawn of War franchise?
Sure.
The name Dawn of War is actually the name of a type of deployment zone in on the actual tabletop. Like when you're
Really?
determining the types of deployments, there's a deployment map type, and it's named Dawn of War. It's probably the most commonly picked and most popular one, for the simple fact that it's literally just long sides of the table. You get 12 inches of that to set up your army. You get that entire side. It's it's a pretty fun way of setting stuff up. You know, all your melee units get to make a nice rush early on in the game. Everything's all spread out so that your long range units can snipe across the board and shit. It's really fun.
Fear denies fate.
If you
Unlike-
go first.
Well, yeah. Unlike Hammer and Anvil, which fucking sucks because you barely get any space and you get the short end of the board. And there's just this huge expanse between you and the opposing player's army. All of your guys are bunched up close together. And, well, you're just at the mercy of any artillery the other guy has.
Ready.
Especially if you're a melee-centric army. Like, holy shit, you will get screwed over.
So I'm showing you guys what I've been working on a bit tonight.
Cool.
I can barely even see what... I can barely even make out what they are.
Dwarves.
Huh.
Fantasy
Figured.
dwarves. And I gave them a more brown skin tone this time.
That's pretty cool.
Scouts
Per-
position.
Personally, I'm working on my Imperial Fists backlog. Get them all done and dusted for the Horus Heresy and shit. So yeah, I guess we're all working on something today. Tonight.
Orders received, brother.
So, Trip, how's it going over there?
Yes, Lord.
I have no clue.
You're just sort of here?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Much to her chagrin.
Aw. Well,
Where's
no,
a slag deposit?
Position secure.
guessing you just didn't have anything better to do tonight, so decided to drop on by over here.
I don't know. You guys have made me be like ADD. Have ADD. I just. Nothing is holding my attention for very long.
Yes, most beneficent one.
That's unfortunate.
I will
Yeah.
do what you ask.
Ready. Scouts
Oh,
ready.
it's understandable. I've just got.
We'll move ahead and mark any enemy positions.
Or
Strategic.
had so much crap going on, and I'm just totally burnt out and fried from all of that. So now I'm just in.
I await your instruction.
I don't even know what to call it. Help me! I'm having a nervous breakdown mode.
Instructions.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can't really comment much on that. That just sucks. I mean, to be fair, I'm kind of suffering a little bit of that right now myself with the whole freaking ADHD crap.
Search commencing.
Well, today I was just suffering from severe imposter syndrome. So this week, so
Oh please, that's just me every day of my life.
What did you say? Severe imposter syndrome?
yeah,
What
where
do you
everyone is
think-
like, "Yeah, you're doing well," and I'm like, "No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not."
Yep. No, that's just me every day of my life.
Okay, well, so now you guys can help me. Should I or should I not add a chocolate soaked cream pie to my grocery cart?
Yes, most beneficent.
All right, so I have
Let's go with that answer.
Oh, what?
Okay.
Most beneficent. Yes, most beneficent one.
They've got them on a really killer sale for Easter.
Initiated.
Well, there you go. There's your answer. Do it, Trip. I mean, it's
You guys are you're enablers.
your body, your choice. Okay.
Oh, whatever. Enabler.
Move ahead.
You're not an imposter. You're an enabler.
Yeah. Okay. So, honest opinion.
Have you met us?
Honest opinion. Only do it if you feel like you can, do it and be okay.
The Emperor's chosen.
Oh, I could be okay. I already added a Dutch apple pie. Oh my God, that's one of the best frozen Dutch apple pies I've ever had. So they just go in the freezer.
No, well.
The Dutch apple pie won't. Because it's,
Well,
Easter.
Oh yeah, Easter's gonna be soon.
Yes, my lord.
Yep.
And considering they're normally $10 and they're on sale for $5.
Oh hey, look, you've got assault marines now. Nice.
Damn it.
Yeah, I hated those. I didn't like those units.
Awaiting orders.
You've reached the maximum number of squads you're allowed.
But why?
Be sure to reinforce your squad.
I never found them very useful in this
The
game
enemies of the
compared to
Emperor
regular
will
Space
stand
Marines.
Set them wisely. You can press the delete button on your
Like they require a lot more micromanaging in order to be
The
effective.
Emperor still drawn
Yes,
breath.
my
There
lord.
can be no peace.
We are
I mean, to be fair, that's basically the tabletop as well. It's like,
Okay,
Oh,
so
we could
answer
just
me
have-
another question, and this is actually game appropriate.
While they honor
oh,
each other.
okay.
So I was just talking about how I need a hobby.
Scouts in position.
Like I said,
Scouts in
my
position.
normal hobbies are not holding my attention whatsoever.
Play Adeptus Sororitas.
And what?
Play the Sisters of Battle. You buy
No, no,
combat patrol.
hold
paint
on.
up the models. and
It
freaking
needs
play
to
'em.
be. It needs to be something that gets me the hell away from my devices for a while.
Area secured.
Yeah, painting.
Well, that's kind of what I
Painting
was
miniatures.
thinking. Is I'm like, so how expensive is the hobby?
So
It's the act of calling in additional
it
troops
depends of how it.
maximum
So are you? It depends of. Are you
Okay.
gonna be buying miniatures to play to war game with? And if so, what
Oh
system?
no, it would just be a hobby to do something fun and engaging and
Okay, so
interesting. I mean, I don't even know if it would be like 40K stuff or not, or other, other.
yeah.
miniatures or
So
whatever.
so
but-
depending on your systems and what models attract that you like. So if you're gonna do like so for Games Workshop stuff, most of their products are gonna start for just like one pack of like one quote unquote unit. It's probably gonna be about $60 for their big. There's different scales, and they have one of them is called heroic 28 millimeter, and that's what Game Workshop operates. They're about $60 to $70, depending on whether it's a kill team or a regular unit and how old the models are. But other games have cheaper.
at your command.
Have them for cheaper.
Well, it's
And then
like
the-
just the figurines, or is it kind of like?
Yeah, just the figurines. So just the hard plastic figurines, and of course the Games Workshop kit is they're all on it. You have to assemble them yourself, which you would need some hobby nippers and some plastic glue. The plastic glue you could get for like $5, or you could just get super glue for some of them. And then hobby nippers, I got if you just buy like a regular hobby kit, you'll get most of the stuff you need on that, and that's like $10 on Amazon. And that's for the assembling stuff. And then you could just decide which paints you want to get. All you need is a primer, which you could get. There's different types of primers. You get the spray on, the paint on primer, and they around like $12 to $20 usually. And then for paints, Games Workshop paints, there's many different paint lines. Games Workshops tends to be more expensive per bottle. But then the other brand, big brand that I know of that I usually use is Army Painter. They're cheaper. And they all have starter sets that you could just buy the starter set about the same price, about $60, $30 to $60. And you'll be fine if you're just getting into it.
So figure a couple $100.
More like you could get away with like $100 for like one pack if you're just buying like a squad. And then the paint you could technically use for any other modeling you can do. Like if you have like do you have board games?
Not
In your
really.
house? If you had like board games with miniatures in them already in the house, you could just get the primer and paints and start painting those up to see if you really are into it.
Oh, I used to do stuff like that. And I used to make jewelry and do a lot of different crafts and things. I just don't have any of the equipment really anymore.
I am ready to serve again.
And then if I started doing something like that, people would have to start giving me their addresses because I'd be going, okay, who wants this? I have nowhere to keep this stuff. Somebody has to take this from me.
I mean, if I could possibly toss out an idea, you could just get into drawing.
Oh, I can't draw. I really, honestly, I cannot draw. I've never had that skill.
I mean, neither have I.
Well, it's kind of bullshit. Because you're the one who drew the models or whatever.
Reinforcing the act of calling in additional troops to bring your squad to maximum combat effectiveness. Select the Space Marine squad.
I don't know.
Add one new unit to your squad.
So, Dunn, do you see that flashing on your dashboard? The flashing marker on the dashboard when you clicked on a unit?
Sorry for being on and off. My younger sibling just got back home.
So you see the panel those panels are basically upgrades to your units to make them better. So the plus is additional units. There's different guns you can select, and then the bald guy is your sergeant.
This day shall be a glorious.
You mean the Force Commander?
No, the other bald guy when you pick a unit. There's a little marker that says sergeant, and it's a bald guy.
What?
Yeah, look at the little panel.
No helmet?
Yeah, no helmet.
Idiot!
Look, this is Warhammer, okay?
I was just referencing a Warhammer comic right there.
Yeah.
Well,
look. Also, when you're bald, you're very questionable about your morality, because we all know that bald equals evil in Warhammer.
I mean, I guess, unless you're Vulcan, or rather, unless you're black, in which case you're the nicest person around. I will never stop finding it funny that Vulcan is the only bald loyalist, and he's also simultaneously the most wholesome guy in the entire galaxy. Unless you're an
Except when
Eldar
it comes-
child.
Yeah, except when you're an Eldar child that one time. Then again, he was with Conrad Kurz and it was rubbing off on him.
Yeah, Kurz just has a way of seeping into other people's lives.
So what do you think?
You know,
of,
he has a way of
Warhammer-
getting under people's skin, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. So what do you think of Warhammer 10th edition so far?
It hasn't even come out yet, but as far as rules is concerned, okay. So I don't make it any secret that I play the Sisters of Battle. I absolutely love my nuns with guns, my Melta maidens, my bolter babes. You're not allowed to call them bolter bitches. I will murder anybody who calls them that. But yeah, so there's a lot of fluffy rules for them, like a metric boatload of them, and I use just about all of their rules because all of them are useful. So when I take a look at the amount of stratagems as is going to be available per faction, I just look at it and think, oh, okay, that's a bit worrying. Because, yeah, I'm just worried which of the stratagems that I always use all the time and I want to have available at any moment is just going to go away forever.
What it seems like is that some of those stratagems, mainly the stratagems that are applied to specific units, are most likely going to get sent to those specific units.
Yeah, I know that they're rolling up a lot of the stratagems into the datasheets themselves, but still, it's concerning. Particularly the one that lets you resurrect your Canoness. Because that stratagem is really freaking useful, and I like having it in my back pocket.
We stand ready.
So, yeah.
To me, my brothers!
Overall, though, I am looking forward to it. I am pretty excited about it. Just
It's
kinda...
probably going to be the first edition that I'll be actually playing the actual tabletop
Yep.
at this point, and I'm probably going to be playing Voton
Yeah.
at start, and then get Dark Angels.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I'm just really upset. Why the heck did they have to feature a new Primaris Lieutenant? Why do you have to release a new Primaris Marines? We don't need any more of them. Like, the range is extremely freaking bloated as all hell. Why do you have to keep giving us new Space Marines? I mean, I know they sell like hotcakes, and that's the reason why. The reason why they sell like hotcakes is because people think that people have the perception that, oh, these guys are a poster boy faction. They get a lot of support. Therefore, they are very easy buy-in for new players. And then other players see it as like, oh, so this game is just Space Marines, right? And then everybody just keeps coming in, and it just creates a feedback loop.
Well,
I mean, I say this right now, and I am painting up a freaking Phalanx Warder for the Horus Heresy. So
yeah, and
I'm in no
here's the
position
thing.
to talk.
Yeah, and what faction does get the most talking in general? What like that people talk about in terms of lore? It's most likely Horus Heresy, Primarchs, and Space Marine stuff. Like,
Yeah, we know. They're extremely popular and for a reason. But at the same exact time, that reason is, well, because they get the most stuff.
Yeah, plus
They
I'm
get the
kinda
most
like,
lore.
yeah, the most the for me it's like honestly it's at this point it's like either you radically change the Space Marines the way it is, or it would be fine if we get very little lore and just expand everyone else. Like, I want at this point, like with Black Library, I'm waiting for a Voton book because the Voton needs some expanding.
They're they're fresh and new faction. That just goes
Yeah.
without saying.
Yeah, wait.
But-
When I'm expecting a fresh and new faction, I'm expecting like at least with Black Library to release at least a trilogy, like saying, "Hey, new faction, and here is a new lore." So you get to have more characters, direct characters you want to play as in the game.
Yep. But of course, we say all of that, and then there are factions that have just been completely neglected. So, yeah.
Poor Eldar.
Yep. Hey, remind me again, what was the last time they got their own series? What happened? Oh, they just cut it off right at the end? That's nice.
Yes.
What happened? When was the last time the Eldar won? When they revived Gilliman. Oh, crap.
Yeah, that's the last time they got a definitive W.
And we got a ship from it.
Yeah. The most impactful thing that the Eldar have done in the setting is you've reigned in Gilliman. That's it.
Direct us to the enemy. We stand ready.
So, yeah. I mean, at least... that's right. The Needs are going to get some faction focus, you know? They're going to get some lore focus. There, as, you know, the punching bags of 10th edition. Kind of like how the Necrons were in 9th.
Well, at least the Necrons had good books coming up.
Yeah, everybody, yeah, I know. Everybody swears by their mother and dog that the Infinite and the Divine is a great story.
It's not just the Infinite and Divine. Like, they just did the 2 Necron books, like Reign. It was like Twice Dead King and Reign.
Yeah, I've heard of Twice Dead King. Haven't actually read it though.
So,
I mean, I should probably check it out. Let's check out the freaking Necron lore at some point.
I think you have, yeah.
Oh,
look, yeah. When was the last time the Orcs got a win?
Against the Tyranids in Warzone Octarius.
Wait, they actually won?
Yes. Because GW is shitty when it comes to writing.
In the name of the Emperor, you will not.
No, I actually thought that was actually better. That's the best outcome for the setting. Because otherwise you got overpowered Tyranids.
Yeah, which High Fleet was it again? Was it Behemoth, Kraken, or no? Leviathan was in Ball. So yeah, I think it was High Fleet Kraken that ended up over there. Yeah.
This is pretty old, but it still looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is... Wait, this looks like it's done with the in-game graphics. With the in-game... Yeah, nice.
Yeah, this is back in the old RTS days where RTSs are made with in-game cutscenes.
But we have failed.
Yeah, I remember.
My men's lives are yours. You stood your ground in the face of the Emperor's foes. You've done your duty. If your men have failed you, I will leave their judgment in your hands. Thank you, my lord. I am not here.
Wait a second, that's a freaking commissar, isn't it?
Held if we are to maintain truth.
No, that's not a commissar.
That is why we are here. Now,
He looks like he has the uniform for it.
stranded. We have 2 ships. Then you shall have more. All Bloodraven flights execute Protocol 23 and initiate civilian evacuation. We will dispatch the ground forces.
Yes, my lord.
Ground
And
forces
make sure to steal some equipment.
retreated. You must know your
Yep.
enemy. Defeat them, Colonel.
Be sure to take everything that isn't bolted down.
Because we're clearly not the son. We're clearly not secretly the descendants of Thousand Sons.
You know, I think that that was disproved.
Destroy this alien filth.
Like that theory was disproved. Either because these guys are not cursed by the Rubricon. No, the Rubric of Ottoman. I'm sorry, they didn't use the term Rubricon to use it for the freaking Primaris Marines. But yeah, that, and they don't have the flesh change.
For a battle.
So
As the
they're
stronghold
probably not true
of
Thousand
Battle
Sons.
headquarters is currently being assembled.
Oh,
We should proceed with caution until it is finished.
never just say gene flaws will fake.
Objective acquired.
I mean, yeah, so apparently the gene flaws of each of the legions got worse over time, not better.
Now set about
So,
establishing a proper
yeah.
frontline base. We must start capturing strategic points. These 3 closest strategic points will do for now. Let us capture them first, and then move on to the others.
Look, I just put on a big doubt because
The first thing we need is a chapel barracks.
a lot of things.
That will allow us to call down more Space Marine squads.
Yes, most beneficent one.
Should have just gone with this.
Yeah, I think this is supposed to be served as the tutorial.
Ever vigilant.
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
Position secure.
We shall know no fear.
Under fire.
I shall not fail. Confirmed.
Heresy flows from
My faith is my shield.
So what you could do with the
Like-
Force Commander, you can actually attach him to a unit.
Taking command.
Yeah.
Emperor's chosen.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace. Excellent. The chapel barracks is finished. Now you can build some more Space Marine squads.
Hold on, my sister wants to watch Hell's Paradise or something.
Awaiting orders.
Yes, Lord.
All right, I'll see you guys later. Oh, by the way, done.
Alright, see ya.
Done. Quick question:
Need to call
is
in
there going to be a rider showcase
and we must
this
build an
weekend?
armory to get access to them.
That's the plan.
Squad deployed. Stand ready.
Alright, I'm gonna sign up,
Okay.
assuming that
On
I
alert.
can.
The enemy must be well done. We have
Hey,
battled
see you guys around. Take care.
See ya.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Take care. We'll see ya.
posts on them earns
See ya,
us
Trip.
more
Take-
acquisition resource,
good night.
which we can use when we build squads and equipment.
So have you seen the D&D movie?
I have not. No. I'm thinking about it. I've heard that it's fun. I know Johan did not like it, but the reasoning that he gave, I wasn't.
Excellent.
I didn't
The point
totally
is now
agree,
protected
but
from an orc retaliation. We should
Johan is a
build
bit
this
more
on
picky
all our captured
and a
points.
bit more sensitive to some things.
Stand ready. Hell.
well, I mean, the main thing he didn't like was just the fact that it was pointless in the end.
It is
That
time
the
to
whole
hunt
quest
down
was
the
around
source
getting
of
the
They must
lady
have a base
lady
somewhere
back.
within the walls of this imperial
The,
facility.
the
Today,
wife
enemy
back, I
shall
mean.
fear.
Most beneficent one.
And he didn't like the fact that it was
The
essentially
armory
all
is
for nothing.
operational. The Space Marine squads can now upgrade their standard bolters to flamers and heavy bolters.
Build routine 721
Heresy
initiated.
grows from idleness.
We must not forget our power
Onward
needs.
to glory.
Building a plasma generator will supply us with the power we
Yes,
need to
Lord.
keep our force going.
Yes, Lord.
I do like there's only 2 resource things, kind of like in
Taking hits.
Battle for Middle Earth.
Yeah,
Plasma generators will
which I
continue
do.
Yeah,
need
I
to
actually
get-
have been replaying those games
but
at least
there is a
recently.
limit to how many plasma
Yeah, I have the
generators
disc,
can be
but for
built
whatever
per
reason they
stronghold. We
don't
shall know no fear. He who
work
stands
with
me shall
my,
be brother. Follow my lead.
Yeah, for whatever reason they don't really work
I
with
await
my
your instructions.
computer, so I probably need to download them offline. I do have the discs, but I do need to figure out how to make those things work.
Battle for Middle Earth 2 can be a pain.
Really?
Yes, Lord.
Yeah,
In terms of downloading or what?
downloading
And on. And look there.
because of
Spaceport's defensive wall.
various factors.
We must destroy this orc.
If you don't do it right, it won't work, and it gets frustrating if
Well, I
you
was
don't
thinking-
know.
Oh, I was thinking even when I
Today, the
downloaded
enemy
it,
shall know fear. The Emperor's
when I had the
This orc
discs,
camp has been destroyed for the glory of the Emperor.
Strategic point identified.
Yeah, I don't know about the disc versions.
oh really? That's how I've played for pretty much my whole life.
Those Imperial
Well, I played the disc versions,
brothers, make haste.
but I'm talking about I have not
Space Marines,
recently.
we shall not fail.
Okay, so you just downloaded them off the internet? Is that how you did it, or?
Yeah,
This day shall be a
like I have we have a physical copy of it in the house, and we did try it, and it didn't work. So
Okay, guess I just need to do that then. I do like this though. This is fun. I like RTS games like this.
yeah, I wish it has been it's a long lost art. They are sort of making a comeback, but more in the indie scenes than
Yes, most beneficent one. Build routine 721 initiated. Yes, Lord. I will do as you ask.
Securing objective.
population caps increase.
brothers.
If I remember correctly, with upgrades to like from your stronghold, but I don't think you have access to it yet.
Not yet, no.
On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby. Follow my lead. For the
Yeah,
honor
I
of
think
the
just
chapter.
smash through them at this point. There's nothing
Faith and
strategic
duty.
really.
For the Emperor.
Other than like giving your units upgrades to their guns and stuff.
Marines, advance.
Under fire.
Yeah, lately I've been getting slowly back into King Arthur lore, Arthurian legends, and looking at obscure ones, thinking, I'm getting an inkling of maybe doing a little bit of a pitch of a cinematic universe for Arthurian legends.
Heresy grows to idleness.
Beware the Emperor.
Direct us to the enemy. Ever vigilant. We are the Emperor's chosen. Moving out. Cleanse. Purge. Kill.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace.
We are the Emperor's chosen. Fear our wrath to the enemy. We will crush the enemies of the Emperor. We are the Emperor's chosen. Direct us to the enemy.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be
Under
no
fire.
peace. For the glory of the Emperor. What would you have thought? He who stands with me shall be
We
my
stand
brother.
ready. We are the Emperor's chosen.
My faith is my shield. What would you have me do?
What's your order?
Walk softly and carry a big gun.
Faith is our shield. Engaging the enemy. Securing objective.
Praise the Emperor. My aim shall not falter. For terror.
Faith is our shield. Direct us to the enemy. Ever vigilant. Fear denies faith. Maintain attack formation.
This is an interesting satire of religion in a lot of ways.
We all do hate.
Don't make that argument nowadays because certain 40K fans, it's a little 40K's weird. Yeah, it kind of started out as a satire, but it's also kind of serious as well. That's why people complained about the writing with Warhammer, with how GW handles the Warhammer universe, where it's partly it was originally a satire, like over the top ridiculous in terms of grim dark and stuff, but now it's more serious. It's kind of weird.
It still comes off as a satire.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I don't care. That's kind of it. I'm just gonna call it like it is.
Yeah, I tend to view it. I just like it's the reason why I don't, even though I know a lot about 40K and like Warhammer Fantasy, I don't usually view it highly as like story, because it's a tabletop game first and foremost, then a story. It has some cool settings and cool ideas, but it's not something you can take very seriously.
Especially the whole thing about
walk softly and carry a big gun. On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
We are the Emperor's chosen. Faith is our
Like technically, so you know the guns they use, like their main gun are
alert, brothers.
Are rapid fire grenade launchers. That's the size of their round, an actual round of what they use for their basic gun for Space Marines. It's like that's kind of ridiculous what we're doing with in terms of power levels and stuff. Like technically, in some cases in the war, a squad of Space Marines can take out an entire planet. Like planet's population is like take control. But other cases, you need hundreds to deal with a group of orcs, which is basically like cockroaches in the universe. It can never get rid of orcs.
Confirmed. For the Emperor.
And like old 40K before 8th edition ran on how the Empire is dying. Like the Imperium is dying. It's close to complete collapse, and essentially all of the battles and stories that are occurring is them trying to make everything not collapse.
but now it's a bit more quote unquote lighter because now they're getting Primarchs back and they're actually advancing technology and they're actually quote unquote being able to field stuff more than before. So they're doing better than before this era, the time of this game is released. But the thing is, in terms of practicality, they always seem to be winning in every story, even if it costs an entire planet.
That's the last of them. Well,
There's always seems to be another planet around the corner.
it's ours.
It's still cool, though. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
I am honored to be in the presence of a librarian. I wish to know how my men can better serve you. We shall wait for the captain to finish his prayers. I saw you stand against the orcs. You are a brave man, Colonel. I wish I could say the same of your men. I shall strengthen their resolve, my lord. See that you do, or we shall do it for you. You have something you wish to say. Say it, Colonel. How did you know? Even without my psychic gifts, it is obvious. Speak. Is it true your company eradicated a heresy on the planet of Cyrene recently? An exterminatus, down to the planet's last man, woman and child? Colonel, your company is welcome, but such questions are not. Do not ask the captain about Cyrene if you intend to remain in his good graces. Brother Captain, the Colonel wishes an audience with you.
Thank you, Isidore.
My lord, my Tartarus 37th Imperial Guard Regiment stand ready to serve you in protecting the city. They wish to make amends for...
They will have many opportunities to prove themselves warriors worthy of the Emperor. The Blood Ravens are leaving the city. Its protection is in your hands.
I will ready my men. May I ask what your next course of action is?
Orcs only respect strength. I intend to show them that we have it in ample supply.
You know, you should be burning the bodies. You're just guaranteeing more orcs.
Excellent.
Because they're fungus.
Has been destroyed. War Journal of Captain Gabriel Angelos. The situation on the planet Tartarus is grim. While the Blood Ravens crushed the main orc offensive at the spaceport, the bulk of their force is not engaged. They gather in the wilderness, awaiting a critical mass of bodies that will overwhelm the Imperial forces in a green wave of death and destruction. The Blood Ravens will not allow this to occur. Orbital monitoring has detected an area in the southern forests where the orcs appear to be massing. Orcs only respect strength, so they will look to the largest of their groups to lead them. We will insert a small, covert strike force to eliminate these orc leaders and destroy any encampments where the orcs might mass. This should cut to the heart of the orcs' fighting spirit and delay their inevitable counterattack. We must tread lightly, lest we disturb this slumbering beast. You have your orders. Now go. And may the Emperor protect you.
I do not care for all this sneaking about.
I know, old friend. You always have preferred the direct approach.
We have the Imperial Guard. Why not send them into battle instead of treating them like glorified shepherds? If we meet the orcs in
So what
force,
exactly is the
they
deal with
cannot
the
possibly stand
tubes
before
going
us.
onto
We've
the
fought the
body?
orc 100 times before.
Cybernetics.
Thrive on war.
Oh, okay, so
A
it just
direct assault
interacts
on
with
them would
the
likely
suit.
improve their morale.
Yeah.
and simply attract more of them.
Cybernetics, and it looks cool and looks grimdark.
Imperial Guard for if not to die for their Emperor. At the very least, we should retain a regiment to remain at our core.
But cybernetics is usually
We
the
would not
solution.
be remembered for our carelessness.
We, old friend, or me?
We are brothers, Gabriel. You know better than to ask that question. I know what this is about. There was nothing you could have done to save Cyrene.
Do not mention that place again, Isidore. Cyrene was my homeworld. My responsibility. Scout Team 3, do you copy?
Yes, my lord.
The local Imperial waterworks has fallen into Orc hands. If we are to reclaim this area, we must first retake this position. Scouts have infiltrated ahead of you and will assist you in your reconnaissance. If things prove to be more than you can handle, reinforcements will be mobilized to assist.
And I love how they have a giant statement of whack.
Yeah, that's the orcs. Orcs are morons,
Yeah,
and we love them for it.
Yeah, it's the very amusing meme, to say the least.
Yeah, they're based on football hooligans
This area is
from Britain.
Orcs.
Taking
We should
damage.
infiltrate to sneak past them. Do not get too close, or we may be spotted. On patrol.
Excellent. Your Scout Marine squad is now invisible
Scouts
to all
advance.
enemies except for
Commencing
commanders.
infiltration.
Keep in mind, though, if you are attacked, your invisibility will be broken, and some time will pass before
Yes,
you can
my lord.
utilize it again.
Scouts advance. Getting into position. We will move ahead and mark any enemy positions. Commencing infiltration. We will move ahead and mark any enemy positions. Scouts here. Scouts advance.
The wretched Xenos are guarding a strategic point. Scout Team 2 is upgraded with sniper rifles. They will make short work of these orcs.
Scouts advance. Commencing infiltration. Getting into position. There is an orc patrol. Wait for them to pass before we attempt to sneak by. Search commencing. Search commencing. Gathering intelligence. Yes, my lord. Getting into position. Commencing infiltration. Yes, my lord.
Wait, I think you have another squad.
Scouts awaiting orders. Our aim is at your command. On patrol.
Under
Yes, my
fire.
lord. At your command. Yes, my lord. We will take them down from here. The enemy is...
They're reloading sniper rifles.
Okay.
There's our target. A large orc nob who looks like he's in charge of this bunch. We will root it out. Or severely weaken the intelligence. Yes, my lord. Scouts here. Scouts awaiting orders. Scouts here.
So you can add more to their numbers with that plus sign.
Scouts ready. Scouts in position. Scouts here. Yes, my lord. At your command. Scouts awaiting orders. Scouts here.
Unfortunately, you don't have access to an armory, so you can't.
The enemy is attacking.
So you lost that sniper rifle for good.
Them down from here. Area secured. On patrol.
Okay.
So I think the way the mission was is that you had to have both scout teams together,
Yes, my lord.
but you can make do.
At your command. Scouts here.
Okay. Okay.
We will move ahead and mark any enemy positions. On patrol. Attack at your command. Scouts ready.
Taking hits.
Scouts here. Yes, my lord.
Looks like I need to restart because this ain't working.
So normally when I get a new squad, I just immediately added the squad mates
Excellent.
to get them as full as possible,
Visible to all enemies except
so that
Keep in mind, though, if you are attacked, your invisibility will be broken, and some time will pass before you can utilize it again.
Positions. This area is crawling with orcs. We should infiltrate to sneak past enemy positions. Do not get too close. Getting into position. We may be spotted. I sense danger. We will root it out. Search commencing. Gathering intelligence. I sense danger. We will root it out. Scouts here. Scouts in position.
The wretched Xenos are guarding a strategic point. Scout
Scouts
Team 2
awaiting
is
orders.
upgraded with
Scouts
sniper
awaiting
rifles.
orders.
They will make short work
Scouts
of these
awaiting
orcs.
orders. Scouts in position. Yes, my lord. Scouts here. Yes, my lord. We will move ahead and mark any enemy positions.
Taking damage.
Scouts here. Scouts in position. Scouts here. Our aim is true. Yes, my lord. We will take them down from here. Scouts in position. Area secure. At your command. At your command. At your command. Yes, my lord. Scouts in position.
Alright, let's see what happens. Sorry. Oops. Alrighty.
Defending objective. Scouts in position. At your command. Scouts awaiting orders. Scouts advance. Gathering intelligence. There is an orc patrol. We will move ahead for them to pass before we attempt to positions. Scouts here. Commencing infiltration. Scouts advance. Scouts advance. We will move ahead and mark any enemy positions. Gathering intelligence. Scouts advance. I sense danger. Here's our target. Root it out. A large orc knob who looks like he's in charge of this bunch. Move ahead and kill any enemy who severely weaken the orc morale.
The enemy is attacking.
Enemy is in our sights. Scouts,
I command in the name of the Emperor. Knob is dead. We will take it from here. What would you have me do? Beware.
Shock it off!
You die for the Emperor.
But sir, we're just scouts. You die.
What's your command?
Praise the Emperor. Walk softly. Carry a big gun.
Scouts in position. Scouts ready. At your command.
Beware the alien. He who stands with me shall be my brother.
Yes, my lord.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Perion.
Yes, my lord. Scouts here.
You know why the orcs paint their stuff red?
Why?
Because it goes faster.
My faith is my shield.
That's not a joke. Orcs believe... So orc has two things. If they have like this weird psychic power as a species where if they believe something, it becomes reality. So red stuff goes faster.
Scouts ready.
There's a color for luck. There's a color for... And like the reason why they are all green is because green is the best color.
He who stands with me shall be my brother. Taking command. On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
And the thing is, they can't... And the only reason this power works is because they're stupid.
Works are under our control. Now, start building
By the power of stupid.
Yeah,
power of
that's how...
Let us
It can if it requires them to be stupid. If they were any smarter,
Initializing build.
they would actually... The power would not actually work.
With all due haste.
And I do love the fact that they have spaceships carrying this stuff. That's actually really cool.
Beneficent one.
Yeah, this is just a game thing, unfortunately.
Your instructions.
Oh, I totally understand.
But yeah, it is so cool. It definitely gives a different flavor than from... It definitely gives that sci-fi flavor as opposed to just having a building magically popping out of the ground or just this builder waving arms and they're building a settlement.
Yeah, like since that's a thing with Balfmel Earth, where they just kind of come at the builder just grabs the materials and just an orc pit rises from the ground, or a Gondorian barracks.
Yeah.
Yes, most beneficent one. Initializing build protocol.
My faith is my shield.
Build protocol.
Follow my lead. Walk softly and carry a big gun. I shall not fail. For the glory of the Emperor.
Yes, Lord.
We stand ready. What's your order? We stand ready. We stand ready.
This day shall be a glorious one.
Scouts awaiting orders.
Protect us.
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
Yes, my lord. Awaiting orders.
I await your instructions. I await your
Area is
instructions.
secure.
I will do as you ask.
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
Oh, do you know what a servitor is?
Lucia said that they're basically
Agreed.
criminals who
We
have
shall
been
know no fear.
made into slave labor with mechanical enhancements.
Yep. Yep, that's pretty accurate.
Yes, Lord. I will do as
They're
you
essentially everything from computers to
Brain scan.
Yes, most beneficent one.
like there's even one to open doors
Beware the alien.
because they had AI before and it rebelled.
On alert, brothers.
What is
The
your
enemy
It tried to kill everyone.
Wow.
We stand ready.
Scouts here.
Heresy
What is
grows
your will?
mindless.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
Here to serve. Here to serve. I will do as you ask. Yes, most beneficent one.
You can also have a servitor help assist building.
Okay.
Yes, Lord. I will do as you ask. Yes, most beneficent
To
one.
make it go faster.
Oh yeah, it's kind of Age of Empires rules in that way.
Hmm.
So Age of Empires rules.
Here to serve. I will do as you ask. Here to serve.
Or
await your
I think Warcraft
instructions.
kind of does the similar thing as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it came from Warcraft, even though I never played any of those
I await
games.
your
I haven't
instructions.
either. I just know that
I will do as you
I
ask.
played them one time a very, very long time ago. And I think it was only a bit, and I didn't fully understand how
I
to play
await your
the game.
instructions.
I heard good things about
Here
Warcraft
to serve.
3.
Yeah, Warcraft 3, even just watching the gameplay of the story, it looks like it's pretty cool.
Awaiting orders. Maintain attack formation.
I may have to find the One Piece in order to play it.
We shall know no fear. I shall not fail.
Because I heard the remaster was something.
Yeah, nobody liked the remasters. It was very much a rip-off by all accounts.
Fear denies
At
faith.
your command, gathering intelligence.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium. We will need more than heavy bolters to defeat these orcs. We must upgrade the stronghold to gain access to the tools we will need to destroy this plague.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah, upgrading the stronghold will give you access
Deployed. We stand ready.
to plasma and rocket launchers. If you don't want just bolters and flamethrowers.
What's your order? Ever vigilant.
I do have to say, though, they've remastered the graphics to make it look really cool.
Walk softly. Carry a big gun. I am needed elsewhere.
Is this a remaster?
It's the Game of the Year edition.
Ah,
Today the enemy shall know fear. For terror, this day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium. Walk softly.
yeah, it is still holds up to this day.
The enemy must be nearby.
Scouts here. Scouts ready. Scouts in
Objective
position.
achieved. Scouts lead. Direct us to the enemy.
Yes, Lord. I will do as you ask.
The all-telling eyes of the skull probes are with us. Find them on our listening posts. The monastery is complete. Sergeants will inspire your Space Marine squads to greater feats of heroism. And rocket launchers will make short work of the Orc buildings.
Yes, my lord.
Direct us to the enemy. Fear denies. Beware. What is your order?
The heretic. Praise the Emperor.
We are the Emperor's chosen. Direct us to the enemy.
Praise the Emperor.
Take is our shield.
Scouts ready. Yes, my lord.
Praise the Emperor.
Yes, my lord. Heresy grows from idleness.
We must upgrade an existing listening post with the fortified
Yes,
position
Lord.
add-on. This upgrade will increase the requisition income and add better defenses to the listening post.
Yes, my lord.
All right, I'm gonna head out. Have a
Okay.
good night.
See ya.
Under fire.
You too.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace.
Yes, most beneficent one.
Direct us to the enemy. At your
The listening post is now earning more
Orders
requisition,
received.
has better armor against enemy attacks, and has a gun emplacement to strike back.
Yes, most beneficent one.
So you have another addiction now.
Oh, I've always loved RTS games. They're my first love.
Orders received. Heresy grows from idleness.
Today, the enemy
At your command.
Don't worry.
Awaiting orders.
My fate is my shield.
No, I was just commenting. You seem to really like this game.
Yes, I do. I always like finding new RTS games.
Search commence.
At your command. Yes, my lord. We stand ready. Awaiting orders.
So what's the ultimate goal?
What's
Kill
your
the
order?
enemy.
Understood.
Or clear out the enemy.
Initiating attack protocol 23.
Let me see. Let's upgrade this guy as well. And this guy.
I'm channeling you right now and also watching Valerian.
While the
Valerian.
enemies of the Emperor still draw
I like this movie. I really don't know very many people that do, but
It shall be a
it
glorious
just came back on Prime and I like it.
Heresy grows from idleness.
It's
The enemy is in our sight.
Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets.
Stand ready.
Although I just
I-
realized who the female lead is in this, and I'm like, I don't like her.
It's not Anya Taylor-Joy, right?
No, it's
Command. Attack.
actually it's somebody different than I thought it was, but Cara
Cara
Delevingne.
Delevingne.
I await your.
But I think it's because she reminds me too much of what's her name that played in Midsummer.
Maintain attack. We are the Emperor's
Oh, Florence Pugh.
Oh
Is that who I'm
God,
thinking of?
yes.
The enemy shall know fear.
But I do think she was okay in this.
under fire.
The one who actually plays in this. I don't like, well, I don't like Florence Pugh, and it's probably not fair because I hated Midsummer. God, did I hate that movie.
Stand ready.
Most people I have met who don't really like that movie.
To glory.
Oh my God.
It is time.
It was just,
Today, the
and you know, it really wasn't,
Brothers. Orders received, brother.
it really wasn't, let me say, the script itself so much. Because I kind of like those types of stories, but oh my God, all the wailing of the women crap. Oh, kill me now. Just kill me. Yeah, I may be an emotional nutcase, but I don't wail ever.
Beware, brothers.
Or I really hope I don't. I don't think I've ever wailed, have I?
Devastating in close quarters fighting, and its armored hide will shrug off small arms fire. We must equip ourselves with missile launchers if we are to destroy the abomination.
I might sob loudly, but I don't
Emperor still
wail.
draws right. There can be no peace.
Yes, my lord. Strategic point identified.
Beware the alien, the mutant, the heretic.
And yeah, there were
Orders received.
things about the story itself that made me kind of go, ew. But why am I taking it that, have you seen Valerian?
I have not. I haven't. I don't even really know what it's about. The word of mouth on it has not been terribly positive. But that's just me.
I think,
Yes, my lord. Scouts here.
I think it's a decently done science fiction movie. I do know, yeah, some of the acting is a little not so hot, but it's passable, and the story's kind of cool, and I like the settings and stuff, but I kind of think some people had a bit of a problem with kind of the plot in the story, and I think it's based on something. So once again, the people who are familiar with whatever it was based on weren't real thrilled with it. One of those. But as I've said before, I can get past some wooden acting if I'm enjoying other parts of it.
Orders received, brother. Position vigilant. Maintain attack formation.
Hey, it has Clive Owen in it.
Yes, most beneficent one. I will do as you ask. Yes, Lord. With all due
That does
haste.
sound interesting.
Although, if I'm going to convince you to watch a sci-fi movie, I can't remember if you said you've watched Fifth Element or not.
I know what happens in it.
I don't, that's not the answer to my question.
I've seen the Nostalgia Critic review of it, but that was
That's
many, many
not
years
the
ago.
answer to my question.
I think you know the answer to my question based on what I am saying.
Yes. However, I have no idea what Nostalgia Critic's review of it was.
Oh, it's ultimately that it's that it's a fun movie. That's the main thing I remember.
Okay, well, yeah, then sometime we're gonna watch that.
I'm interested. Yeah, I am interested to watch it.
Well, it is very
Structures.
crazy and out there. Yes, it really is. And yes, there are some parts that I think you will find hilarious.
Here to serve. I await your instructions.
I just wish they would make more good sci-fi.
That would be great.
There is such a wealth of good material out there. Which, of course, we know they would just totally fuck up these days. However,
We will crush the enemies of the Imperium. Orders received.
and I never did watch the Foundation series on Apple TV because I really seldom do Apple TV. But I've heard it was.
Yeah, I have heard. Even from dumb people, even dumb people had legitimate reasons for hating it. Like dumb people like Just Right who like everything hate that show.
Well, but I also know a lot of people did not like iRobot, and I love that movie.
Urge, kill.
I await your instructions.
The Will Smith one,
I will
right?
do as
Yeah.
you ask.
I
Faith is my shield.
watched.
Taking
Well,
damage none shall
it's kind of
suffer.
weird. I watched the beginning bit of it at a friend's house, and then I watched the end of it later on.
Initiating attack.
And I didn't understand it at all, what was going on.
Well, yeah, if you didn't watch the middle, hello.
Well, I mean, just as a kid, I didn't understand a lot of what was going on with certain things.
Oh, well, yeah, depending on how old you were when you watched it without.
I think I was about.
What's your order? Orders received.
While the enemies of the
I think I was
Emperor
about
still
9. I can't remember exactly.
Commencing attack.
I just remember that he's a cybernetic. He hates robots,
praise the Emperor.
and he's investigating a murder mystery.
Yeah, he is. He's got a cybernetic arm.
And he uses that to beat the bad guy at the end.
Well, yeah, it does help. So, do you want to watch it, or do you kind of want me to tell you a little bit so you can understand what you saw?
Well, I know it's a murder mystery based around this AI who kind of believes that man is, and there needs to be a restart, or with robots, kind of breaking Asimov's third law.
Well, okay, so yeah, Will Smith has the cybernetic arm. He hates robots because the accident he was involved in that caused him to get the cybernetic arm was an accident where his car and another car went off a road into a lake or something. And the robot that saved him had calculated the chance of success of saving him or saving a little girl in the other car. And so the robot calculated that, much better chance of success of saving him. So that's why he hates and distrusts robots, because, no emotion, no whatever, right? So Yeah, then there's a murder.
Scouts in position.
Well, most people think it's a suicide of the actual guy who created all the robots, right? And he was kind of a mentor of Will Smith's character. And I think he's also the one that was responsible for getting Will Smith's robotic arm. So Will Smith goes to investigate it, and the guy had left a little hologram message for him with, like, kind of very cryptic clues and different things to lead him on his way, and that led him to Sonny, which is the main robot character in the show. And
is it played by Ewan McGregor or?
I don't know. His voice might have been. I don't really know, actually. But Sonny seems to be able to not be controlled by the three laws. And he also has dreams.
Giving the Emperor his praise.
So it seems that Sonny was kind of a special project of the guy that died.
Indeed.
So that's a big part of the whole mystery is Will Smith's character is positive that Sonny killed his men, the guy. And yes, Sonny did, but it was the orders of this guy, okay, to set all of this up.
Oh, it was Alan Tudyk. Okay.
And so then you have the main AI that controls all the robots. That is kind of your standard sci-fi trope of following the three robotic laws, but using that logic of humanity can't take care of itself,
far exceeds our original estimate.
So kind of like Eagle Eye does with that whole well, if we program them with those three laws, they could actually backfire on us pretty greatly. But I do think Isaac Asimov was actually the first one that came up with that whole twist with the three laws, because he was the one that came up with the three laws to begin with. But yeah, so that's pretty much what the whole thing is about. And then, of course, you have the little bit of the, the love story in there and all of that. But
it's got
I do
Michelle
actually,
Monaghan in it, I think.
huh?
Right? Has it got Michelle Monaghan in it, or is it Bridget Moynihan?
Yeah, it's not Michelle Monaghan.
Yep, it's Bridget Moynihan, and Alan Tudyk is Sonny, and then Farmer Hoggett,
pretty lady, God.
And James Cromwell, also known as Farmer Hoggett from Babe, is the Alfred Lanning.
Yeah, he's the mentor guy.
Yeah.
I just really enjoy that movie. I like the action sequences, and I like the robots, and some of the philosophical things that makes you kind of think about. Yeah, it's kind of tropey, but it's tropey because it's the original fucking trope. You know what I mean? It's like, hello, people. But
I was thinking it's not even, from what I understand,
Your initiative.
Oh, it's different than the
It's
source material. Yes.
not even that it's different than the source material in terms of the plot. It's different thematically than anything Asimov ever thought of
But if we abandon the
or
space
considered. But I'm interested to see. I kind of be interested to compare the two. The Just Right video. I think that you would get really mad at it because he hates iRobot a lot, and that would be fun.
Why are we sitting back waiting
Oh,
for
of course.
We should
Oh,
Oh,
well.
I hate Just Right a lot. I think he's a shill and a moron. But sometimes he comes out with something that's relatively interesting.
Well, and you know I like things that there are legitimate reasons why other people don't like them, but you know.
Well, he mainly doesn't like them because thematically they are bad. It's thematically bad.
So, how is iRobot bad thematically?
Well, it's the fact that it just doesn't represent Asimov.
Landmines are now available for placement in our enemy's paths.
Well,
It
admittedly, I
represents-
have not read a ton of Asimov. He's never been my favorite sci-fi writer. I've read some.
Iron grip on the city's strategic points.
Most people don't. Asimov is one of those writers. I've read a little bit of it, but he's really dry and not terribly interesting. Or at least his concepts are interesting, but his characters have nothing going for them.
Yeah, he's a little. But the weird thing is, I have read some hard sci-fi that I really, really enjoyed, even though it was pretty dry. And there were honestly parts I had to skip because I'm like, okay, I'm number one, not going to understand the physics that you're explaining here. Okay. And number two, I just got a headache trying to read through it. But there is one that I'd like to reread. I gave this book away, but I want to see. I think it was called Dragon's Egg by Robert L. Forward, and it was about okay. Somehow did we know there were little aliens on this planet? I don't honestly remember. I don't think so. I think, of course, sometime way in the future. But we sent out a ship that was exploring a planet for some reason or other, and it turns out that there was actually an intelligent race inhabiting the planet called the Chila. But they were, I don't want to say microscopic creatures, but oh my God, yeah, they were like teeny, teeny, tiny, tiny, right? And so, you know how like many insects live kind of on a different time frame than we do? Like what, a fly lives its entire existence in 7 days or something? Well, the Chila were kind of like that. They were, number one, being such a different type of entity, and then being so tiny and yada yada. So while these three scientists were like orbiting this planet and discovered the Chila, and then the Chila finally became technologically advanced enough that they were able to actually communicate with the scientists. But like a day would pass for the scientist, and a generation or two would pass for the Chila, literally. And I mean, it was a very interesting story to begin with, but just that whole concept of, in just the week or two or the month that the scientists were there, they were able to observe and communicate with a civilization that basically started from what would for us be like cavemen all the way through like space travel, in this very short time frame for them. And see all the, political stuff and all of that was going on in this civilization. It was very interesting. And it wasn't, I do remember, I think there was some humor in it, but it was just more the concept, and the guy was a good writer, and it was, just kind of a very interesting thing. Especially when you think about, I first read that probably in my early 20s, and I still remember it being pretty cool and very different. But I tend to really like Jerry Purnell and
Okay.
people like that for my sci-fi, and Heinlein.
Heinlein's an interesting one because
Oh, wait, and I haven't been paying attention to comments. Hey, Codex.
a codex. Okay, that sounds interesting. Yeah.
Oh, I just like, who wrote this? I think it was actually Jerry Purnell wrote a kind of an apocalyptic novel. Lucifer's Hammer, it was called. Still one of my absolute favorite kind of comet hits the earth novels, but I love it because I think it's pretty representative of what would actually happen. And it pretty much focuses on kind of one area, more or less, in California, and shows pretty rapidly the changes that society would go through if a comet actually smacked the planet. And it wasn't quite a planet killer, obviously, but it was pretty damn close. So just how rapidly people's status would change, and that if you made it to like one area that was still more or less quote unquote civilized, it was like a valley, and it was where a senator lived. And, pretty much they managed to lock down all the entrances to the valley. And, to gain entrance at that point, you had to prove that you had a useful skill. And there was a band of quote unquote cannibals running around. It was the leftovers. It was started as the leftovers of army troops, I think it was. It was a military outfit. And so to bind people to them that wanted to join them, they made them eat human flesh because it's so taboo that, they knew that the people couldn't really leave and be accepted anywhere else because they had done this. It just was very interesting. So, it was about that and about how, societal changes would take place. And then they had to decide, did they what did they have to make the decision between? They had to decide between something major and saving the nuclear power station in, I think it was the is it Joaquin Valley or San Joaquin? I don't know how people actually pronounce that. If they were going to send people over there to help save that because certain unscrupulous parties were attempting to take that over. And, so then it kind of got into just a little bit of the rebuilding of civilization and stuff. It was just really cool. It was a good book.
Okay. I'd be interested. So to answer your question, Codex, I really like this. I really like RTS games in general. And this is a really fun RTS game.
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
Well, who knows? Maybe with Henry Cavill, you guys are about to get some interesting 40K stuff.
Marine squad deployed.
Yes, most beneficent one. As you wish. I await your instructions.
Oh, by the way, I did see on Prime, they were, advertising in their little scroll of new stuff or whatever. I'm pretty sure it was Prime and not HBO. Yeah, I think Prime. But they're doing or have done a prequel to Supernatural.
I have heard about that, actually.
And I know you really like Supernatural. So that could be good or that could be very, very bad.
It'll very much depend.
I don't know, Codex. I think it might have even been you. I'm not sure. And was Sia trying to give me a like a short tutorial on 40K, and I was just like, okay. That's when that seems like years ago.
The Emperor protects. Yes, sir.
Here to serve. Build routine 721 initiated. Build routine 721 initiated.
I keep wanting all those, whatever you call them, where it's like a lightning strike and then a building appears. I keep wanting that to land on top of people and smush them.
Yes, my lord.
Oh, look, a game that calls you my lord.
We stand ready. Orders received.
I know, it feels great.
Orders received.
I'm sure it does.
Moving out. Orders received.
Blast and damnation. A sacred machine.
Although I have to admit, watching you play this was also making me want to watch Edge of Tomorrow.
The blasted orcs have built their infernal structures within the city walls.
I've seen that one enough times that I could almost watch it even with the sound off and no subtitles, and well, I definitely would still know what the hell was going on. Might not remember the exact script, but probably pretty close. I've seen Oblivion several times too. Have you seen that one?
Oh, I love Oblivion. I got to see that in the theater with my mom, though she covered my eyes during the sex scene.
Oh, good God. I
Which is
barely
really
even
tame.
remember a sex scene in Oblivion.
Well, what happened was it's just a moment where she just takes off her dress.
Oh, okay. Wasn't she going swimming or something?
Yeah, she was going swimming. That's accurate.
My, no naked profiles for the Mormon child.
I was 16.
My comment still stands, just as I said it. Ha.
We are the Emperor's chosen.
Here to serve. Initializing build protocol.
What's your order? Orders received.
I remember the first time I watched Oblivion, and I really didn't catch the I don't know if you call it, well, it is a twist, isn't it? It really is a twist at the
That
end.
he's a twit, that he's a
Spoilers. But yes, Piers Codex has seen it, I think.
Yeah, I quite like it. Yeah,
but that he's a clone, and that and the way they, managed to destroy the mothership and all that.
Fear denies faith.
Emperor be praised. The machine cult is still intact. We must get a servitor to finish its construction immediately.
Yes, most beneficent one. Initializing build protocol.
And the original Hellboy, I've been thinking about watching that again too.
yeah. I need to actually watch that rather than just listening to a couple of reviews of it. What? I just didn't have access to it as a young man. So how else was I supposed to get a hold of it?
Yeah, but you had time.
This is true.
That's why I sigh so much. You've had time for these things and access. But no, you'd rather watch, Circle of Sexual Addicted Idiots instead.
You mean The Circle? Or
Whatever, the Circle and the Island and the, I don't know.
Love Island? Oh, Love Island's as far as reality TV shows, speaking as a connoisseur of such.
Yeah, okay.
Media.
I wouldn't go around saying that too loudly, especially when you go on dates.
You would be surprised.
Probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't.
Well, here's the thing. Some girls are actually okay with a dude who is confident enough in his masculinity to say, no, I actually enjoy watching these, and I would totally watch them with you, and I wouldn't make you ashamed to watch it or complain if you made me watch it.
Okay, my whole point is that I question the I question the intelligence of a woman who likes to watch that shit. Probably the only thing I would inquire is if they really are into reality TV, whether it be that or whatever, Housewives of whatever is. You might want to check and see how many times they've read 50 Shades and watched the movies.
Well, here's the thing about that bit. LDS women generally don't read 50 Shades of Grey.
Excuse me, LDS men don't typically do the shit that you do, so I wouldn't be throwing comments like that out.
I'm a weird anomaly.
You may not be quite as anomalous as you think. You might want to think about one recent experience you had with what I'm assuming are LDS women.
Oh, you mean the friend zone lady? Or the lady who got pregnant? She's not LDS. She just lives in Utah. Or are you talking about something else?
I don't know. What about Stalker Lady?
Oh no, she is. Oh no, she's still a faithful member. She's just nuts.
Well, she may have a medical reason for that. I am simply saying, do not judge a book by its little Mormon cover.
Oh, I know that there are probably horny Mormon women out there who are, since knowing that one of my, actually the trainer, my trainer, not naming any names, him and his girlfriend were planning precisely what they were going to do on their honeymoon. After they got married, to the degree they were like, hey, we're just going to walk around the house naked and just have sex whenever. And I think he actually emailed one of his trainees saying, sex is better than I thought it would ever be. It's hilarious because just it's just freaking hilarious.
Like I said,
anomalies
never
exist,
know what's lurking under that magic underwear.
Fair.
Love for Dreadnought are half-dead space marines inside a coffin, and as you can see, operate a machine.
Yep.
Lore for Dreadnought, sorry.
Taking damage.
How did we get from good science fiction to talking about fucking Mormon underwear?
I love how June senses ew. I don't even have context for which one.
Orders received, brother. Taking heavy fire.
Even in death, I still sever or I still persevere?
I think it's still serve.
Oh. Who are you referring to there, Codex? Are you referring to the Dreadnoughts, or are you referring to the Mormons? Because either might be appropriate. Oh my god.
Onward to glory.
The Dreadnought, yeah.
Fear not the psycho.
Faith is eternal.
Oh.
Commencing attack.
Maybe if I'm reincarnated, I'll be given command of armies. Wouldn't that be a fun idea?
That would be interesting, to say the least. The amount of death and destruction that would result from that interesting choice would be quite amusing.
Huh.
Admittedly, this is kind of easy. Maybe I have it on easy, and probably need to shift it then.
On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
Oh wow, they're okay.
Oh, so is this the enemy base or is this your base? Because now I'm thinking Hydra and Nazi.
Awaiting orders. Charge.
You will be assimilated or die.
They're actual human skulls with a brain. Wow. Winter Assault. Okay. Yeah, I do have that.
Even in death, I still serve. Taking heavy fire. Faith is eternal.
There is no such thing as innocence. Only to reason.
So is this somebody else's base you're attacking or you're trying to defend your own?
Defend my own, but I'm also mashing through my enemies like paper. Yeah, they sent some tanks at me, but objectives, capture the strategic points.
At last, back to war. Stay vigilant. Awaiting orders. Under fire. Heresy grows from idleness. What's your order? I'm under fire. Moving out. Faith is eternal. Fear our wrath. We will crush awaiting orders. Under fire.
The boys' hut. Look at this freaking awesome. That's amazing. I love it.
What did I miss? I was on a different screen.
So the orcs' barracks is called the boys' hut.
Oh, God.
I know, it's amazing. It's so freaking funny.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Initializing build into code. I await your instructions.
Under fire. Heresy grows from idleness.
I await your instructions. With all due haste.
We await your instructions, my lord.
I know it feels great.
Yeah, just don't ever expect me to say that to you.
Of course not. Of course not.
Yes, my lord. Direct us to the enemy. Weapons at ready. It is time.
Here to serve. I will do as you ask.
So can you just make up your own shit for 40K? I mean, it seems like there's everything under the sun included in it, so...
Yes, most beneficent one.
A lot of it, yeah. It seems like
Beneficent one.
Today the enemy shall know fear. He who stands
faith
shall
is
be my
eternal.
brother.
Objective locked. It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself. At your command. I am the instrument of his will. Ever vigilant.
We're here. Following orders.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself. Faith is eternal.
Praise the Emperor for the Emperor.
Objective acquired.
All hail Emperor Ming!
Or yeah, Dreadnought comes in for Blood Angels, Death Company, Berserker with the Madness. They think they're the Dead Father. Oh, interesting.
You say Blood Angel, and I think Melania from
The Emperor.
Elden Ring. She would make a good Blood Angel representation, I think.
Yes, my lord.
Oh, I think I told you the other day I managed to level up a couple more times in Elden Ring.
Very nice.
Ever vigilant.
Space Marines, advance.
What was my question? Oh, can you just make up your own shit for 40K? Because it seems like it's got everything under the sun included.
Do as you ask. Here to serve.
Taking damage.
Yes, most beneficent one.
Okay, that is hilarious about Margaret Thatcher.
What?
The orcs were based on British slang terms, and in the tabletop, their big named character was based around the name of Margaret Thatcher.
For the glory of the Imperium.
I honestly would love some commentary from School of Movies on Warhammer. If Margaret Thatcher, I can't remember who Margaret Thatcher is. Isn't she the?
Oh my God, she was the okay, and I could be wrong.
To Kill a
Codex,
Mockingbird
please,
person?
no. Codex, don't yell at me, or if Becca ever listens to this. But if I remember properly, Margaret Thatcher was the British Prime Minister in the I don't remember what decade. God, I really want to say like the 70s or 80s or something, but let's just say she was very much I want to say Ayn Rand of British politics. That's how she sticks in my mind. What little I know about her and her politics, but man, she was brutal with yeah, you're having a rough time, you can't make it, you need assistance, life is rough. Basically, fuck you, pull yourself up by your own damn bootstraps. Because we shouldn't be doing shit for you. And now Codex can correct me if I'm wrong about that. But yeah, she was a mean one, Mr. Grinch. A lot of people really appreciated her very strict
views.
Yes. Very, very. I think I would call her I would call her the Mitch McConnell of British politics.
And we know how much you like Mitch McConnell.
Mm-hmm. The difference, I think, is I don't think Margaret Thatcher was corrupt. And, Mitch McConnell is just like the rest of our Congress. I think Margaret Thatcher really believed in what she was.
A mech shop. Clan mega stompers. How can you take this seriously? This is ridiculous. It's fun, but it's freaking ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, I forgot she was called the Iron Lady. That gives you a pretty good idea of...
Oh, that's the film. There's a film about her called The Iron Lady, as far as I remember.
Yep. That's what Codex was just saying. Yeah, I would not have agreed with Margaret Thatcher about probably anything. But then, I'm one of them blue-haired liberal freaky chicks.
Yep, blue hair. Interesting shade, I guess.
I don't. I don't.
I know you don't. It's a joke.
Venerate the immortal emperor.
Onward to glory.
Although I've always wanted purple streaks. I did have blonde and kind of gold-colored streaks one time. It was actually really pretty.
Taking heavy fire. Command me. It is better to die for the Emperor than for yourself. Die.
Today the enemy shall be fear.
I am ready to serve.
Sadly, these days, my liberal views make me conservative.
Which is kind of the interesting nature of the pendulum.
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates.
Yeah, give me a harpy's feather duster to just go destroy all that.
Strategic point identified. We stand ready.
Yeah, no, from what I understand too, Codex, yeah, I don't think Queen Elizabeth, I think they butted heads a lot. And there's a lot of shit about the royal family that I would just am like, wow. But I still have the utmost respect for Queen Elizabeth and what she went through and what she dealt with and how she managed to maintain that. Talk about strength of character and just there's a will of iron for you. Wouldn't want to be in her family, but damn. Aw, thank you, Codex.
We need the strength of all the boys, not a small weak mob of rats.
We need a. What have you got now?
Driver
and your-
update.
Oh, I was going to say, you and your weird messages. Where there's a whip, there's a way. Although I would say Codex, I don't know. Lately, I don't feel like I have much of a brain.
Because it's fun. That is correct. It is very fun.
The defense of the city of Magna Bonum was a success.
What? Who are you talking to?
Well, I was just saying the kind of like this is the Demek camp or Du Bois pose. I was just like, that is so ridiculous. How can anybody take this seriously? I think it's fun. It's just this is not like super serious. This is really dumb and it's really fun.
I did not realize they could be so coordinated.
Well, it's a game. It's supposed to be just fun.
Well, I just mean that a lot of people do take this seriously. Like a lot of, I guess a lot like Warhammer 40k fans study this as acutely as any evangelical pastor will study the Bible.
Oh, or as acutely as we rip apart Wheel of Prime?
Probably more so.
Yeah, probably. Or Star Wars fans, or Star Trek fans, or... We do latch onto things, don't we?
Definitely, I think Star Wars fans are the most petty and aggressive in a lot of ways. Let me see, what are they've unfortunately been, well, Star Wars fans have generally rejected a lot of Disney in general. As far as Star Trek fans hate Discovery. They hate
Okay,
it.
wait. I just have to comment on that's hysterical how their back legs fly up in the air when they go over a bump or something. Or whatever the hell they're doing there. I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but that's pretty funny.
Oh, the tanks?
No, with the little dudes, yeah, when they're driving them around. The little orcs or whatever, and their legs fly up in the air.
This is gonna be the best fight of their miserable lives. Just make sure it's the last fight of their lives. I don't take orders from you, Hubie. We've held up our side of the bargain.
I don't take orders from you.
We have given it to you. You wanted to face the Imperium's greatest warriors, the Space Marines. They are here. We've even provided you with weapons and Imperial tanks to use on the battlefield. And all we ask in return is that you keep the Imperials distracted from our...
You know, at one point I thought about writing a book called 50 Shades of Bullshit. and pick 50 topics and just do like a little short chapter on each one.
Servants, we'll take our leave now. I respectfully request that you keep the Marines busy for as long as you can. We'll keep them more than busy. We'll keep them dead. The thought of kowtowing to these creatures.
Okay, I don't really understand this comment, but well, tell that to people on Twitter. They think it's the Imperium F word when it's a theocracy.
Fascist.
Like providing such unpredictable aliens with our own weaponry. Lord Bale. Orcs are not unpredictable.
Yeah, but what's being referred to there?
Rely on them to turn against you, but they will honor our agreement as long as we provide them with enemies.
What do they think is fascist when it's a theocracy? 40K?
Yeah.
Ah.
They think that 40K worship fascism. That's their.
You cannot intimidate something that knows no fear.
Sure, I would believe orcs are born from shrooms. Why not?
And be gone before they finish with the Imperials. And
Fairies are born from little flowers.
talking with them humans instead of fighting with them. Them smelly chaos boys is weak. Not nearly enough of a challenge for the boys. If they were strong like orcs, they wouldn't need us to fight for them. We'll take their guns and their help, and when we're done chopping up all the humies, we'll come back here and chop them up.
All right, and I can't hear this without thinking Lord of the Rings.
History shows a heavy concentration of orcs in the area. We must secure a location and establish a base before destroying the war boss and his clan. Combine the holy fire of the whirlwinds with the jump packs of our assault marines.
Oh, and it's about my bedtime.
Yeah, we should probably call it good for tonight. Well, it's autosaved, so I think we can quit game. Yep. Oh, wow. Just automatically mission 4. All right, let's call it good for today. Thank you guys for coming. I really like playing RTS games like this. RTS games like this are my original jam, and I really love playing them. And I have to say, I am glad to have a new good RTS game to play around with. I am going to be downloading some more of the what is it? The Winter Assault, etc., and the Chaos Rising stuff, the other expansions. So, but yeah, we will call it good for today. Thank you guys for coming. And ooh, cool. All right.